Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to never miss an update.
If luck favors me, I would love to go abroad as well. And if opportunities open, I would like to see myself in the next 5 or 6 odd years working as a brand manager in Netherlands maybe or in Germany, and living in a nice posh locality with a nice German car, a good backyard, a big home.
A B School degree is no longer just about knowing the basics of how the world of business works, but understanding the global perspective. A clear focus on the global exposure to its students and dedicated faculty support is something that helps the student achieve their true potential in this regard. I have two second year students of Athena School of Management today who would tell us more about how they had gotten the much talked about global exposure while undergoing their 2-year degree at Athena. Hi Devrat and Shanishka, welcome to this conversation. Tell me a little bit about, you deciding to do an MBA. While you were making the choice of your preferred B school, what were the kind of things that you were thinking? What was going in your mind that, these are the things that I want in a particular B school?
To be very honest with you, I wasn't really planning to do an MBA. Typical logic is once you do a BB, you get into an MBA. I was looking out for different courses which would give me practical and theoretical experience. And that's how Athena happened to me, where Athena was giving me an internship in every semester, was teaching me what is more practically required.
When I went through the Athena School of Management curriculum and how the course is being done and everything, I was very much intrigued with the global perspective of the college and definitely the multiple internship opportunities. Because anyway, even before doing MBA, I had done 2 internships during my BCom honors graduation. And it really helped me a lot to shape my personality.
Rajka, you mentioned about the multiple opportunities, multiple internship opportunities that Athena provides. Take us through a little bit about the kind of opportunities that you get and the kind of opportunities that you have taken up, which shaped the kind of ideas, the business ideas that you have formed in these years that you have spent there.
Okay, so for the first internship was during winters, that is during the months of October, November, which is like after the first semester is over. After academics and even during our academics, we got an opportunity to be the part of an international experience, an international internship experience, more specifically, if I have to say. So when I went through the curriculum and I saw that, okay, what all we'll be doing there and what sort of startups are there. So that was like, this is exactly why I'm here. I was the summer intern at CRISIL Limited, where I was the employer branding intern and I was working on B school competitions. So basically I have to design a competition and all of that. So that was the in CRISIL. Then again, it was a great internship working with great professionals over there. And post that, because the COVID was going on, definitely internship opportunities were a little narrowed down for me. I cannot sit idle. I had to do something. Then I joined some LinkedIn pages which were giving me opportunities to do content writing on different marketing strategies. So as I am the marketing person, I was very much intrigued with content writing. So my whole experience have been around content marketing, SEO, or optimizing the content in such a way which is really liked by the people and all of that.
What other unique factors do you think, as a student, that defines Athena and that makes it different from a lot of these schools that are there?
So when it comes to Athena, we're a very small batch size of around 45 kids. So that's what gets Athena to be unique, because each individual student is looked upon for their personal growth. Like they have one-on-ones with their faculties where their individual growth is mapped and the college knows where they are growing and how are they growing. Athena does 3 internships in every semester. They try to tell their students to plan it from day one as to how do you want to do your internships. Do you want to do it in India or do you want to do it abroad? And since they have multiple tie-ups with other colleges abroad, do you want to go do an immersion, which is a short program with a particular college? So that's what I find is very unique at Athena.
What does it mean for a student at Athena to, get this global exposure, get this international kind of a, exposure where they can prove their mettle and they can, come in front of the world saying that, I have this degree where I've learned so many things and now is the time for me to, make the best out of it.
Athena trains you to be a global citizen and trains you at global standards, not only at Indian standards. I'm talking about one example of that is that we had a professor of communication from the Wharton School of Economics who came to train us about communication and how to give an interview at a global level exactly before interviews were taking place for our academic year. And that seemed to be a great boost for us, not just for our Indian interviews, but for situational abroad opportunities, which Athena tried to rope in as well, considering the pandemic working out. And apart from that as well, we have exchange programs with other colleges around the world, where one of the students comes to India and we represent Athena and go to their college, and we do an entire semester out there.
Tanishka and Devrat, my next question is to both of you. The kind of internships that you have done, what are the major learnings? For me to ask, if I want you to list down, say for example, 2 to 3 learning that both of you have acquired from all these internships, what would that be?
Always structure your work, whatever you are doing, whether it is writing, whether it is representing, giving a presentation or something. Always structure your work. Be thoughtful and be in a flow, that whatever the next person is listening should also align with what you're saying. During my internship in Netherlands, where we had great networking opportunities, and we used to visit to international conferences also and all of that, and Lisbon and other places in Netherlands as well. So I would say the networking, the way you network, the way you talk to people, the way you network, and the way you're building the conversation around whatever you're speaking, and especially at professional level. I think that's very important.
Talking about my first internship in the Netherlands, my biggest key take back was the technological advancement that the corporate world has had and the technology they use. Talking about Notion, Figma, Slack, they are such kind of tools which make life a lot more easier for you to internally communicate, not when you are not working in the same co-working space. Talking about my second internship, in that my key learning was to never say no for any task that's given to you. Even if you don't know it, communicate it to your boss or your mentor that you don't know it, but you're willing to learn.
David, Tanishka, my question to both of you now would be, where do you see yourself after all the, hard work, the toil that you have gone through, the internships that you have taken part in, the global exposure that you have gotten from the institute? Where do you guys see yourself?
The main thing that I've learned in MBA is that you should, if you're planning to do something and if you want to fail, just fail fast. My thought is that whatever I'm planning to do is to be related to entrepreneurship, definitely side by side. And I don't want to just curb that feeling because market is tough or I don't have the nice networking right now. But definitely, we are growing and we are trying to build networks. And what I see myself in 3 years is that after so much of hard work and whatever I have learned in MBA, I would say that I really want to be an entrepreneur and I want to work on something really impactful, which has a purpose in market.
For me, one thing that a B school and the pandemic has taught me is don't have a plan A, have a plan A, B, C as well. Because I always wanted to be a global citizen. I thought after finishing my MBA, I will get placed abroad somewhere, I will work abroad. But things aren't working out as that aspect. So I have 2 plans, which is either A, when I'm in India, I plan on either being a brand strategist or a brand manager for one of the leading brands in Mumbai. If luck favors me, I would love to go abroad as well. And if opportunities open, I would like to see myself in the next 5 or 6 odd years working as a brand manager in Netherlands maybe, or in Germany, and living in a nice posh locality with a nice German car, a good backyard, a big home. Let's hope that does come to something.
I wish all the best to both of you, Devrat and Tanishka, to your, luxurious German dreams. Devrat, to, you starting your company, Tanishka. The 2 years that you have spent in the B school is definitely going to be of help. And I am hoping that the kind of conversation that we had today helps some people to make their decision, make their choice about the B school that they want to be part of. To know more about Athena, you can look at the description below. There is a link from which you can access more information about the institute and make a conscious choice about your B school. Thank you again very much, Devrat and Tanishka. It was nice talking to you.